Good evening. Yes, I'm still wearing the same shirt because I'm running down all of these tackle talks at once in one fell swoop. But for this one, I'm going to go over the stuff I'm going to plan on chucking in northern Wisconsin once I get there this summer. It's one of those things where I just cannot wait to be up there, and yeah, chomping at the bit already, and we're not even close. Alright, with that being said, let's kind of start the rundown. So, again, we'll start off with the spinnerbaits. The Droptine growler is always going to be in the rotation. Again, this one did really well feeding us last year. I'm sure that we will get some muskies on it this season. But just an awesome perch color. Perch, bluegill, whatever. You know, maybe even crappie or bass. It looks like a lot of things all at once. It's just a great color. It should catch some fish. Cannot wait to chuck it. Cannot wait to get bit on it. Moving to the next category, let's talk Rusty's Customs. Again, his fortune teller is going to be right in the midst of the mix when we're up there. Especially when times are tough, skies are high, or the bite is a little slow. Those are the times I'll lean on a glider, and it's hard to beat a Rusty's Customs. Again, like Brian says, I don't know if the blade does anything back there. I don't know if the muskies care or not, but I sure like it, so I'm going to lean on the Rusties for those applications. The other Rusties that I'm going to lean on in the Northwoods is his counterpunch. This is his Spinnerbait. Again, the sandgrass program, the offshore stuff, the open water stuff. It's hard to beat these counterpunches in those applications. So I'm going to try and use that up north more this season. I threw it some last season in that program, but I was just, if I'm being honest, I was having more luck with the grenade and being able to utilize the grenade for those applications in particular. Let's hit Topwater quick. Again, Adam Mueller, Topline Baits. This is his kind of hog wobbler. It's a little big, but again, it's not so big that I'm afraid to chuck it in the Northwoods. It's something different. It's a sound that they probably don't hear. All right, so next on the Topwater list, we've got the little sister from Chaos Tackle. This thing is awesome. It's worked well for me in the Northwoods. It's worked well for me here in Iowa. I'm definitely gonna be chucking it when I'm up there, you know, kind of hanging out doing our thing. So let's go on to the next category, Swimbaits. 8-inch Poseidon is going to be hard to beat in the Northwoods. I think if you guys watched today's Angler, you know, the entry to that, they got, I want to say that was a 45-inch tiger on one of these. So hard to beat a 45-inch tiger in the Northwoods. Just an insane fish. Congrats to them, and I think it was one of their clients that got it. So awesome stuff. Definitely going to be throwing the 9-inch Rover up there. This thing just looks really cool. It has a unique profile and does stuff that a lot of the baits around here that I mess with don't really do. So again, I appreciate Bucko helping me get a couple of these from Canada. Looking forward to chucking them on my waters. Moving on to the Dive and Rise program, 8-inch Bucko is going to be getting chucked around plenty up in the Northwoods. So muskies love Dive and Rise. They love these medium profiles up there, I've found. They will eat bigger stuff, but you know, usually that 7 to 10-inch profile is where you need to land for that. So speaking of 10-inch profiles, again, we've got the White Eye from Bucko. I will be chucking this around up north as well. Looking forward to seeing how this one performs. I've had good luck on his 10-inchers catching bigger pike up there, so hopefully we can eventually get a really nice ski to crack on one of these bigger Bucko lures. Alright, next on the Northwoods list, we've got the SRJ. No list for baits up there would be complete without this being featured, because these things are awesome in the Northwoods. Taylor catches a ton of fish on them. I've caught a ton of fish on them. They just get the job done when times are tough. So no Northwoods trip is going to be complete without the SRJ in tow. So the logical transition from I already spoiled it, from Dive and Rise would be to Twitches. And I already spoiled it. Whatever. I'm gonna talk about the Twitch program. Anyway, we've got the Topline. This is the regular dipstick in pike. There is not a color that is probably better to be thrown in the Northwoods of Wisconsin than pike. Those muskies eat tons of these things, as evidenced by all the videos I have of muskies eating pike. So I will definitely be chucking this one around. Cannot wait to see how it performs. Those dipsticks are just awesome up there. They just do something to those fish, and the fish just come unglued on them. So I cannot wait to chuck those. You know, here's Adam's other one, the iridescent one, steel gray. It's just so cool. It's just so cool. This is not the first time you've seen it. Certainly won't be the last time you see it. Hopefully the next time you see it will be buried in a muskie's mouth. So we gotta get some hooks on this thing and get this thing smashed. It is just so cool. I cannot wait to chuck this thing around. I love it. I love it. Adam, you're the man. All right. Next on the list, speaking of Twitches, no Twitch list is complete without the Ridgway Pro. This is the Night Eye pattern. I've had great luck on the Golden Perch. The Golden Perch Pro is in my tackle bag. It probably won't ever leave my tackle bag. I have so much success on these Ridgways. They just move fish, they catch fish, they just do things that other baits don't do. If you don't have one, you should really think about getting one. These things are awesome. I've caught so many fish on these. I think last year the Ridgway baits generally were my biggest producer of muskies for myself in particular. Not necessarily like in the boat, but like I think I caught more fish on Ridgways than any other bait last year. It's not a coincidence, folks. These things just work. So chuck them. Get one and chuck them. You won't regret it. All right, next on the list. No Northwoods list would be complete without featuring a little bit of rubber. So, that being said, we've got Glenn McDonald's. We got the 54 Bus Sunset Jailbird. We've got the Helidog. I had good luck on the Helidogs last year. I'm hoping I will have good luck on the Helidogs again this year. It's just something a little bit different that those fish maybe aren't seeing quite as much. So, again, Sunset Jailbird Helidog. Looking forward to chucking it. I like the regular size, especially for the Northwoods. It seems like that's kind of the modality that they key in on a little bit more than others. No Northwoods list would be complete without a walleye colored Mid-Deusa. I've caught tons of fish on these. I will continue to catch fish on these. I love the walleye color Mid-Deusas. They just work up north. And it is really hard to beat them. Walleye colored Mid-Deusas are just really hard to beat. You know, I've had fish just absolutely crank these, and it's a bait that you can go to in the weeds when things are tough and you're just not sure what you need to do to get a bite. Well, look no further. Pull out a Mid-Deusa and just start ripping those weeds until there's none of them left. One that I'm really looking forward to in the Northwoods this year, should come as a secret to no one if you've been watching any of my videos, is the Bowfin Jr. This thing is just the perfect profile to get absolutely cranked in those Northwoods waters. You know, it's like 8 to 10 inches. It's just got a very unique action. It's got a really lifelike kind of dive and flutter to it that those fish probably aren't used to seeing. So again, really looking forward to chucking this thing. I cannot wait to see what these things do in the Northwoods, because that profile is just, it's just too perfect not to get bit in the Northwoods. All right, so the last thing on the list, we got some bucktails to talk about. Again, if you watch my video on summer lures that I'm excited for, these are gonna look familiar, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna do any less work in the Northwoods. So again, this is my custom from my buddy KV via the Dadsons. This is the MEV Shad, kind of a chartreuse and steel color. Just an incredible lure. I cannot wait to chuck this on some of the stained waters up there, especially probably the flowage if I can make it out there. Again, how cool is that? I even got my name on this one. I've never had my name on anything, except maybe my driver's license, but that's besides the point. Anyway, again, really looking forward to chucking this bucktail. Cannot wait to get this thing chewed. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Anyway, next on the list, and most importantly, we've got Dave Halverson's boo-tail bucktail. If I am able to make it to the flowage, the muskies are not going to stand a chance with this thing. It's just too stinking good. The tie is too awesome. I cannot wait to chuck this thing when the time calls for bigger blades. I know Wisconsin muskies, especially in the Northwoods, aren't always into eating bigger blades. But that being said, when the time comes, this will be the one that's on my rod. So anyway, yeah, it means a lot to me that I have this bucktail. If you want the full story, watch the other video. But I really appreciate Brian J. Klein allowing me to grab this one that originally belonged to Dave Halverson. So, that being said, I appreciate all of you watching. Hopefully by the time you're checking this out, I'm already in Wisconsin. But if not, hopefully I'm on my way. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I cannot wait to get these baits chewed. I appreciate all of the guys who helped put these baits in my hand and just put their faith in me to make these things work. So it means an incredible amount to me. It's really difficult to articulate effectively, but I will do my best to get these baits chewed over the course of the summer, or in Wisconsin in the Northwoods. It's going to be a blast. The fam is going to be up there. We're going to have a great time. Hopefully Willow will be fishing at that point. Maybe not for muskies, but it's going to be